Yeah, no battery for that. I haven't used it for years. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? There's certain prices.
So much are you going for, mate?
Oh, let me
You want to deal with her? That, couple of quid, mate. That, £5. Yeah, you want it? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. No worries. Do you want it?
Right, cheers, mate. It's alright.
You buy it, what do you want it? Yeah, by the mile. Yeah.
That's only ever been used once.
But that's is that a full game or is that just the add-on?
That's the full game.
It is the full game, okay.
That's just been sitting in my drawer, so.
Right.
It's open now, so you can't run around like that.
Yeah, I have to getting down, but I know someone will have it.
Yeah, he had his knees down and that, so he can't really get that wall.
Yeah, take them two.
What games are there?
Control and Dying Light.
Oh, well, unfortunately.
So, tenner.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Alright, cheers.
That's your bag, I was just going to go for them boots.
Ah, right, a bit late. I just bought them from up top. Cheers, mate.
Oh, for that lot? Yeah,
That's all there is game-wise.
Yeah, I should have been PS3.
Alright, cheers, mate. How much did you have on your games? How much did you have on them?
They're all different prices, them ones are.
Right.
Pickaxe to go with it. Yeah.
They're not in properly, babes.
Have you got shoes, guys?
No, not this week.
Any clothes of your size?
I'm not sure what is and isn't here this week. It's a whole new lot.
Sorry, mate. Go on.
Only Buffy and Charmed.
Which one those two?
£3.
Be £2.
Go on then.
Yeah. There you go.
Got £3 change those.
Oh, it did light up yesterday, but yeah, he's saying the battery probably needs changing, so. But it does work.
How much is that?
Oz, how much for your sword? £3? Did it say? That's it. Yeah.
Do 2 on that?
Yeah, got it.
How much did you have on that?
Were you going to buy that? He was going to.
No, no, £3.
£3 that one, yeah. £2. Lovely, thank you. Alright. I'll schedule for that in your pocket, that's yours.
Do 2?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your stuff's on the quickest, Oscar. Lovely, thank
There
you
you
very
go.
much.
Thanks a lot.
And I got my grandson for his birthday, but he went, no, they've already got them. And it was too late to take them back.
Do you have these?
How
How much do you have in the games?
what one's you got? 7?
I was thinking £3.
Huh?
Pound each.
Not for the PlayStation 4, because that's not mine. So.
What are you thinking for that then?
I don't know. I don't know what you want it for.
I'll do 4.
5.
Let me just have a look at that one first then.
Thank you.
Yeah, go on, I'll do 5. There you go.
Thank you.
Alright, cheers. Alright, have a good day. Fight at the boot fair really sort of gets the numbers in.
Yeah, Nick going off. Some nice bits and bobs.
Morning!
Morning. That was very enthusiastic.
Too enthusiastic for this time in the morning. Got any more games this weekend?
Yeah,
What you got?
loads.
Good.
I got told off a minute ago for doing it around this side.
Ooh.
Got quite a few today.
We got retro stuff.
I've also got
What is that?
old school adapter.
Little, yeah.
So if you're playing like the Mega Drive,
Yeah,
but you've got the other one's games,
Yeah.
pop it in there and then it plays them for you.
Like universal adapters, so you put like what you do is you put an English one in one side and then a foreign one in the other.
That's
Yeah, that's right.
just well, I don't know, it might not be, but to me it's just
Scratch it.
What's that? Mega Games 3. Yeah, I've got that. James
James
Bond
Bond.
3.
I can still remember.
I
Yeah.
lost my life to that for about
Yeah.
2 months.
I can still remember the cheat codes.
That's dedication.
Me and my mum
Brilliant.
was talking about this. I was like, I still remember the cheat codes.
What did you have on
They're
the
only
carts?
Old ones I've got.
What did you have on the carts this week? Same as last week, £5?
No. So there's 3 of them that she wanted more for. I think she was going 7 because she can get more than that in sec.
What are these ones? Are these the ones that you don't want?
Yeah, I'm not overly worried about them.
What's in those?
Well, I don't
So
know,
that's
it might not be
Mega
shit,
Games 3.
Yeah, it's not that great.
Was that John Madden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've still got that other couple, but you've seen them.
Yeah.
You've seen them ones.
What's the NES one?
Mechanic Masters, Toy Story 3, Words Game, Lego Batman, Jigga-Pick.
Not for me.
Do you want any of these?
No.
Sure?
I'm not collecting this one, am I?
You're not collecting
Not yet,
them,
anyway. I'm not
Who are you
started.
collecting?
I collect Mega Drive, Master System, PS1.
Yeah.
I think I've got Taz. No, I don't know.
Do you want to do 35 on that lot?
No.
Honestly, because
It's not far off, is it?
It is.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Is that what you got indoors?
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Is that for sale?
Yeah, that's coming out with me next week.
What are you going to let that go for?
About 150?
Yeah, it's not too far off, is it? If it's all boxed.
All boxed, all tried, all tested. That's how I know all of them work, because I've got all the systems still.
Yeah.
I'll leave Taz until I get them boxed.
I love it.
Good going.
I was playing it the other day. I was like, I've got to stop. Got to stop or I'm not going to stop. Mark's going to tell me off. Am I missing games?
Oh, was there more?
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Tube racers.
I'll take 40 for that lot.
40.
2 seat, 2 seat. I'll put them on my table.
Cool. What was that?
Got games here, dude.
Oh, right.
Sold a few, I've got a new Xbox one.
What you got on
Got the
that?
new one, is it?
It all works. Can't spare batteries there. It's got a different clack to it though, that's the thing.
Disappointing.
What laptop you got?
How much you got on that?
Tenner?
Tenner on this.
10.
Because I know they're quite,
Little HP.
they're still like
Yeah.
50, 60
I don't
quid,
know what-
£30 second hand.
Yeah, I might be interested in
Go.
that.
But
Do
you
I-
want to, you can put a battery in, turn it on.
That's alright.
It's got the case. Yeah.
You're right, but just have a quick look at your games
Yeah,
as well,
yeah, mate. Someone's just come and bought all the new ones.
Yeah, I noticed him.
So you've got Rainbow Siege.
Yeah, got
That's got FIFA 18 in it.
Okay.
Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and Hello Neighbour. Obviously, you just bought the new Hello Neighbour.
Yeah, I got this one the other week. Okay, tell you what, I will grab a controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The books. Yeah. I've got a whole box.
Yeah, so.
I'm just waiting for the PS1 games.
Well, I've looked at the box as well.
Can you get the
You've got some nice stuff, haven't you? Well, they're big size, aren't they?
They're 11.
Can I have a look at your box of Warhammer you've got there?
Yeah, very hard.
Jake.
Oh, for that one.
Oh yeah? Well, that's handy then, isn't it?
Yeah. Last one I needed.
Hang on. Did you ask about this one?
Yes, madam.
Oh, that gentleman asked as well before.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This guy.
No worries.
There's
have a look.
a Knight's back.
Yeah, there's your Warhammer for you there
Jake.
as well. Yeah. That's for, that, for your friend behind you.
Can I just have a look at the games that are in there? Oh, are you looking at them?
What, the games?
The stuff here. Oh, thank God. Tiny's over there waiting for these. Some of these look familiar.
Yeah, you've seen them all before, haven't you?
Yeah, they're all. Tiny?
Yes, mate.
Yes,
Yes,
Wait
that's
them.
what I'm looking for. Cheers.
What's that?
We're not going to go anywhere anymore. Yeah, look. Come on. Thought you surprised you didn't have that one. Right, little bits now. Cold one now. World Party, yeah. Oh, yeah. Time Crossing, Spec Ops, no. Gran Turismo, yeah.
Some more there, though.
Yeah, I've looked through them.
How much are the PS1s anyway? They're all what you call shelf fillers, nothing special. I will find that game one day. Right, okay. Right, that's my bag, so let's not mix mine up with yours. Now let's go through this way. Champion.
Ow! Ow! Look at this, I can balance it to you. Hey.
Thank you.
Yeah, make yourself some, don't struggle.
Right, Amiga.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at now.
How much are those?
£2 each. Yeah. That's what I left them there. 1200. No, no, it's just like we call shelf fillers. Links.
10 on them, mate?
Yeah.
Very cool then. Yeah. Good one, then.
Oh, the drink car's 50.
Right.
Never heard of it.
That's too bad. It's a shame because it's a nice game it would have been. In case I'd mismatched
How much is the Switch?
Nice try.
It took him a minute to clock that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
70. With the drain cast. I don't know. That's what I was just thinking.
They're sealed.
Right, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
5. Is that in there, is it?
Thought I was getting pickpocketed there.
That, no, look at this.
Yeah, it's just no manual.
Just no manual, that's a shame. 6, 7, 8.
What one's these?
Did I get no manual?
£2 each.
£2 each. Yeah, that's mine.
He thought he'd scored a Switch then.
These are like paint, I think.
Right.
I just knew someone else would go straight in the bag and pick it up.
Right, you got 12 games there.
Yeah.
And what would you like for them? Oh, they're all individually priced?
No, I'm just trying to find it. Sorry.
Once it's individually priced, I don't want to know.
Oh, we don't then. That's fine.
That's what I'm saying. If they're all individually priced,
fine.
yeah.
They're better on my store than yours.
I don't do a stall.
You do?
I do not do a stall. Glenn,
Yeah, I do.
do I do a stall?
Hang on, let me,
Yeah, he does.
let me
Nice toe rag.
please sort this problem out.
Please, I haven't got a stop.
Nah.
Did you know what was in
I
there?
used to have about 4 years ago.
Like painting.
Oh, shake them then.
What prices did you have on the games? You mean the ones?
Which ones?
The ones he's just rejected.
Oh,
I haven't asked him what the price on it all yet, Rob.
5.
Because she said she got the price up. How much, sir?
5 each.
5. Okay.
That's just that.
Did you know
Yeah,
roughly
I've got them as well,
for the
mate.
No, I've got them.
£2 each.
Yeah, I've got them.
We wanted 75. There's books as well.
Sorry, is it alright just to grab that bag? Just have a
fine,
look.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry. I know you're trying to set up. So I'm trying to set
Just trying to get everything else. Right, there's 17.
The old football management ones, isn't it?
Down there, yeah.
No. What that was for a minute.
I don't mind doing the drinks.
Tiny bit fat.
I've got about 5 copies.
Yeah.
Just have to put on going with it.
That's that side. The other side.
Oh, I'm going with it.
You're right. Right.
Okay.
What did you want for that lot?
I don't know, what do you think?
15?
I was going to say about 20. That was 3.
Okay.
18?
Yeah, go on, do that.
Cheers. Thank you.
Oh, it was cold this morning, but after moving about.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks a lot for that.
Okay.
Okay, so that is going to wrap it up for our trips to the boot fair. And yeah, as I said, I don't know whether I said at the beginning of the video or not, but it's actually been 2 visits in today's boot fair. So I think it was, yeah, it was about sort of a week or so apart. I think it was about 2 weeks. Yeah, it was 2 weeks apart because I think there was it was rained off the week in between. But yeah, this was 2 visits to the normal Sunday boot fair. So for the first visit, we'll go through the bits that we've got, and then I'll let you know when we switch over to the second visit. So first off, we have actually got a Cable Guys controller holder, and this is one that I've actually been after for a while, and that is the Tails controller holder. So yeah, what I wanted to try and do was to try and get the Tails and the Sonic. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the Sonic today, and looking it up online, I think the Sonic sells for about £20 to £25. So yeah, hopefully at some point I'm able to pick up the Sonic one to go with this, because yeah, it'd be really nice to have them both together. So we paid £2 for this. Looking it up online, they go for £20 on eBay. So yeah, really happy to have the first of the 2 in the collection. And no, it's not going to go in there. It will go in there for now. And then what I'll do is I will probably move it over onto one of the Sega shelves if I can get the space. Alright, next up we're going to dive into some of the games. And the first game that we've got is a PS4 game. And this was actually a game that we picked up a couple of weeks ago on the Xbox One. And that is Control. So I originally played this on the PS5, I think it was, and yeah, I've been after a copy on the PlayStation for a while. So really glad to finally have this on the PlayStation. As I said in the last video, I do want to try and get the Ultimate Edition, which has all of the DLC included on the disc. But for now, quite happy to have this on the PS4, and then yeah, as I say, I'll play it on my PS5. This one we paid £5 for it. Goes for £5 at CEX and £7.50 on eBay. Then another game that we got from the same seller was Dying Light: The Following. This is the enhanced edition, so this has got both Dying Light and The Following DLC as well. I absolutely love this game. I've played it through so many times. I think I played it through originally, I want to say I played it through on a PC, then got it ages ago on the PS4. I mean, I played it through when I got it on the PS4. Then I played it through towards the probably tail end of last year, around the time that Dying Light 2 was coming out. And yeah, played it through, and I've actually got Dying Light 2 on the PS5, but I have not had a chance to play it yet, because I don't want to start it and then get distracted with something else. I want to actually dedicate the time to play through it. But yeah, saw this there, decided to grab it. I don't have currently have a copy on the Xbox, because to be quite honest, I normally end up playing the PS4 version. But we paid £5 again for that. It sells once again at £5 at CEX, £8 on eBay. And yeah, basically the seller had just gone through CEX and was selling it for the CEX sold price, which I don't normally pick them up, but because there were 2 games that I actually really wanted, that's why I paid the £5. Right, next up we have got a PS3 Steel Book. So this is a game, we've already got it in the collection. I think we've already got it on the PS3. But yeah, to grab the Steel Book, I saw the Steel Book and I just like, I'll grab it anyway. And that is Far Cry 2. So yeah, I've got footage for this, so we definitely played it at some point. I think I said recently when we picked up a Far Cry game on the original Xbox, I'm not a massive fan of the early Far Cry games. I much prefer the sort of PS4 era games. I just seem to get on with them a lot better. But yeah, as I say, this was a Steelbook. The Steelbook's in really good condition as well. I think I can never tell with Steelbooks whether they're in a good condition or they're, well, if they're in a good condition and it's just the effect of the Steelbook, or if they're in bad condition. I'm never sure. But yeah, as I say, I saw it there, decided to pick it up. I got this one for £1, and it goes for £8 on eBay. I couldn't find a CEX price for the Steelbook edition. Then carrying on with the PS3, we've actually got NHL 14, and I absolutely loved this game. I really enjoy hockey games anyway, right away from sort of like some of the Mega Drive games I've played, all the way through the generations, right away up to PS4. But this one had something a bit different I haven't actually seen in any of the other games. And basically, a lot of people, when they think of ice hockey, they think of the fights. And with this, if you do something, so there was a couple of times where I was making a run on goal, got an offside call. I'm assuming it was an offside call. I don't know that much about ice hockey, and the sort of the buzzer's gone for the call. I've then sort of hit the shot, and apparently that's a no-no in ice hockey. And then one of the opponent players comes out and starts fighting me. So I'm like, and then, but when you're fighting, you've then got to do sort of control actions to actually fight back. And it's the only game, the only hockey game that I've ever seen that does that. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed playing this. I thought it was really good, really immersive. And yeah, definitely so far out of all the hockey games I've played, one of my favourites. So yeah, definitely one that's going to get a bit more time on it. What's also good, I've just noticed it on the back. I didn't see it when I was playing it, but there's actually an NHL 94 anniversary mode. And basically what that will do is then a top-down view of the match. So yeah, I might try that next time I put the game in. So paid £1 for that one. Goes for £5 at CEX, £12 on eBay. Right, so next up we've got a couple of bits for trade fodder, and we've actually got two PlayStation 4 Move controllers. So with the Move controllers, the best way to tell what versions they are is by looking at the charge ports. So with the PS4, they've got micro USBs, and with the PS3 versions, they've got mini USBs. So mini USBs is actually slightly bigger. It's the one where they sort of like cut in. Same ones that use the same ones as the charging port on the PS3 controller. Yeah, so these ones are PS4, which is good. So paid £4 for these. Looking them up online, they sell for £15 each at CEX. That's £30 in total. £22 on eBay, £12 each. And they trade in for £20 voucher, so that's £10 each in the voucher. So yeah, they are definitely going to be going on the next CEX trip. There we go, let's make sure they don't fall off. Right, and then I picked up a couple of games from, these all come from the same seller. So the first one we've got is a PS4 game, and that is Hello Neighbour Hide and Seek. So we recently picked up Hello Neighbour on the Xbox One. I will admit I couldn't get on with it. Just couldn't get on with it. This one slightly differently. So you're actually playing the kids of the neighbour that was in the first game. I don't know how the stories sort of match in. And yeah, basically you play one of the characters who's then trying to hide from the other character. I'll be honest, I just kept getting caught. So yeah, this is obviously the sequel to the first one, so that's the main reason why I picked it up. But yeah, I just didn't really get on with it, just like I didn't with the first one. So yeah, as I say, it's one that we've added into the collection. Probably not going to play it too much. I will admit I might look online and see about how other people are playing it, and then sort of see if I can actually get my head around it and play it a bit more. So we paid £3 for that. Goes for £6 at CEX, $9.50 on eBay. Then this next one is it's a PS3 game. It is actually a double, but when I picked it up, I thought that we didn't have it in the collection. and that is Binary Domain. So yeah, this was one. There's something about this game, I can never remember what it was, but there's a couple of, I think this was one of the ones where was it using, I don't think this is the Unreal one, no, because it's got Cryware. I don't know. There was something about this game that sort of put it in the news. Doesn't make it a valuable game or anything like that. I think it might have been something that the studio did and it ends up sort of shutting the studio down or something like that. But yeah, originally I bought it because I didn't think we had a copy on the PS3. It was only once we got home and I was scanning things into my app that I found out that we already had it. So luckily I can trade this in for more than what I paid for it. So I paid £1 for it. Goes for £8 at CEX, £14 on eBay, and trades in for a £5 voucher. So I might have a look. Obviously it is missing the manual, and actually it's got a tamper security label on it, so I need to try and sort of get that off as well. I probably will end up trading it into CEX, but yeah, as I say, £4 voucher for that, it's not a problem. And then the last game that we got from this seller was a PS2 game, and that is Dog's Life. Now this is a really bizarre game, it really is. So you essentially you play as a dog, and just in the opening bit that I played, one of your the other dogs that you sort of hang about with then get sort of kidnapped, and I think the idea of the game is that basically you've got to sort of basically work your way to try and sort of rescue that dog. Yeah, a really bizarre one, and yeah, it's very much like a sort of Disney film gone wrong, but yeah, something I've never seen it before, so that was the main reason for picking it up. Paid £1 for that one. Goes for £6 at CEX and $5.50 on eBay. And then the last two bits that we got from this trip to the boot fair actually come from one of the resellers. And it's actually the reseller that I bought the Mega CD games a couple of weeks ago, where we got Snatcher. And this time, so the first bit he gave me, and this is a poster for a Mega Drive game. And it was one that we didn't have in the collection. So when he said that he had it, I immediately sort of grabbed it off him, and that is the Super Monaco Grand Prix poster. So back in the early days of the Mega Drive, you used to get posters, and then on the back side of them they would advertise sort of current and up and coming games. The most common one that you see is the Sonic poster. Obviously that come in with the original Sonic game. But yeah, you get the Super Monaco one as well, and I think there are a couple of others, but I didn't currently have a copy of this, so I'm going to put this in with my complete in-box copy of Super Monaco. So I think that then makes it properly complete. So yeah, as I say, he did just chuck that in for me. Normally they sell for about £5 on eBay, so yeah, really happy with that. And then in addition to that, I did grab something off him that he did buy at the boot fair as well. And that was a copy of Pokémon Blue on the original Game Boy. So currently, up on the shelf here, we've got Pokémon Red and Pokémon Yellow. So from the PAL versions, it was just Pokémon Blue that we were missing. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move that one. I'm going to put Pokémon Blue just there and move Pokémon Yellow down there. So we've got all three of them on that side, and then we've got Gold and Silver on the other. Yeah, as I say, the main reason for getting that was purely because we didn't have it in the collection. So for that one, I paid £22 for that. Goes for £32 at CEX and £25 on eBay. So yeah, a good price on that. As I say, I think with those three games, the big thing that I'm after is I'm trying to get a box for at least one of them. I've got a manual that will go with them, but I just don't have a box, and the boxes, just the boxes for them, are selling for like £70–80 at the moment. They are absolutely insane. So yeah, I am on the lookout, but equally I'm trying to avoid paying sort of mega money for them. Okay, so moving on, we are going to dive into the pickups from the second trip out to the boot fair now. And the first load of games I'm going to show you here all come from the same seller. And these first ones, there's one of the resellers there that literally got in and he sort of just picked them all up. But then once it comes to sort of negotiating for prices, he didn't want to pay the price that the seller was asking. So immediately I grabbed a couple of these out. One of them I knew was an expensive game, especially compared to what they were asking. So the first one that we've got is Chase HQ on the Amiga. I think it's the Amiga version. Yeah, the Commodore Amiga. And yeah, that was the big reason we get it. It was the fact that it was boxed and it was an Amiga game. This one, we paid a £5 for it. Looking it up online, they sell for about £14. So not mega money on this one. But even still, it's nice to have. I think, if I remember rightly, I'm just going to double check. I think it is just it's just the disc. But it does have the Ocean resealable bag. So that's definitely going to stay in there. But yeah, it just has the disc, no manual. But even still, it's nice to have a couple of boxed Amiga games. I think the ones that I've already got are not sort of mega... Right, they're not well-known games. This is probably the most well-known that I've currently got. So yeah, £5 we paid for that. £14 it sells for on eBay. And then the next one, this was the one that I knew sold for really good money, and I was really surprised that the reseller left this behind. And that is Soccer Kid. So yeah, this is a platformer. Where you play a young soccer player, or football player as we call it over here, and essentially you use your football to basically attack enemies. And yeah, I just, as soon as I saw it, knew that this was one that was worth money and worth picking up. So paid £5 for this. Looking it up online, they sell for on average about £45, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, this one is complete. It's got all the discs and the manual. So yeah, really happy with that one. And yeah, that is now the best Amiga game that we've got in the collection. So yeah, sorry Chase HQ, you didn't last long as the top game. Okay, so once again, sticking with the same seller. It's all come from the same seller. I will tell you when we finish. Next up, we've got a trade fodder game, and that is Wii Sports Resort. So we picked this up a couple of times recently. One time I picked it up to actually put in a big box version, and then I kind of forgot that I picked that up each time. So yeah, we ended up, I think it might have been in the last week's video that we picked up a copy of this. Yes, it was last week's video, because I'm literally bulk filming. This is the last video that I'm filming tonight. So yeah, I've got everything piled up to do the photography. So yeah, pick that up purely for trade fodder. So we paid £2 for that. Goes for £10 at CEX, £9 on eBay, and trades in for a £6 voucher. And then, still with the same seller, we've got a PS1 game, and this time it is Colony Wars. So yeah, this is a sort of space shooter, and we've got a couple of them now. I think originally the first Colony Wars that I picked up was actually in the Isle of Wight, and I made a massive mistake with that because I picked it up, didn't check that they'd put the disc in, and I ended up with just the case, but didn't realise until I'd got home from the Isle of Wight. So there was nothing I could do, so I ended up buying just the disc from eBay. But I actually think as well I've picked up another Colony Wars game recently as well. So I think this is the third one that we've got in the collection now. So yeah, as I say, I played it, really enjoyed them. So yeah, happy to add that one in. That one, we paid £1 for that. It wasn't listed at CEX, but goes for £8 on eBay. And then this next one was probably the most, I was so happy to see this. Absolutely over the moon. It is the final game in a series that I've been trying to get. And that is Outlaw Golf 2. So yeah, I have been going for the full Outlaw series. So we've currently got Outlaw Golf, Outlaw Tennis and Outlaw Volleyball. I was missing Outlaw Golf 2. I'd recently picked it up on the PS2 but could not find it on the original Xbox. So yeah, when I saw it there, I immediately grabbed it. Even better, it is complete, it's got everything in there, so yeah, that is going to go straight into the Xbox shelf as soon as I finish filming. In previous videos, I think I've mentioned that there was I think there was another version, another Outlaw game that I was missing. I've looked into it a bit more, and there actually is, technically. So the other title is actually called Outlaw Golf 9 Holes of Xmas, and it was a US Blockbuster exclusive. So I've looked it up. They sell for about £15 to £20. So I will try and get it at some point, but I'm not massively it's not a massive rush for me, because obviously I'm more of a PAL collector when it comes to the Xbox games. But for me, really happy to have the full PAL set of the Outlaw series now. So for that one, we paid £2 for that. Goes for £1 at CEX and £8 on eBay. And actually, I have missed one of the games. So this is the last game that I picked up from this seller. And this is actually a sealed Xbox One game. And it is Starlink. So with this, actually, we've now got all 3 versions of this. So there was 3 versions released. You've got the Xbox One, the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. The Xbox One and the PS4 versions are exactly the same. The Nintendo Switch version had all of the ships and bits replaced with Star Fox. So yeah, I've got them all now. They're all brand new and sealed. And I actually think they're all over in the corner of the games room now. But yeah, I've got all 3 of these. Now, this game completely flopped. I think I picked up my PS4 version, brand new out of Smith's, I think, for a £5. And yeah, you see them all over the shop, but it just wasn't a popular game. Now, when I've actually played the game itself, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good game. Basically, very sort of Star Fox-esque. But yeah, I really enjoyed what I played of it. So yeah, not too sure why it got such a bad reception. I think it was probably because it was another of these sort of Toys to Life, and it was brought out at the end of the sort of Toys for Life era. But obviously you can play it without using the toys. You can just play the game. So I think what I've actually got is I've got it sealed, complete and sealed on the PS4, but I've also got just the game only on the PS4. So that's how I've been able to play it. So for that one, we paid £3 for that. It goes for £2 at CEX, £7 on eBay, and the eBay price is the new price. So yeah, it's one of those games I just don't know why it wasn't a success. Right, so moving on. This time we've got something from a different seller. And we've actually got an Xbox One controller, but it's a new one for the collection, and it is the, I'm going to read it off here, the Blue Vortex. So it does need some new thumbsticks, which I have got. I've already got them there. But the other thing it also needs is a new battery cover. So I am going to have to try and track that one down. I do tend to find they end up getting a bit expensive for these different ones. I think the last one that I bought was the red one. And that was near enough, sort of £10–15 just for the battery cover. But obviously I do want to get the battery cover for it so that the controller is complete. So I paid £10 for the controller, and I paid £3.45 for the thumbstick. So £13.45 I'm into the controller. It goes for £48 at CEX, £40 on eBay. So yeah, definitely going to get hold of the battery cover, and then that will make that complete, which is good. Right, so lastly we've got a couple of bits from one last seller. And yeah, this seller, I'll be honest, I've done another deal with this seller, and it's going to be a video. If it's not next week, it will be within the next couple of weeks. An absolutely immense deal with her, and it's a console I never never expected to get, let alone get it boxed. So yeah, really happy to have this. But on this trip, we actually got a whole stack of NES games. So the first ones that we've got, I'm just going to rattle through them quickly. We've got a copy of standalone Super Mario and 2 copies of Super Mario Bros 2. Yeah, one of the copies, so that copy isn't in the best of conditions, but that one is really good. They do all work, which is brilliant. I'm just going to trade all these in. So I ended up paying £5 each for those. Super Mario Bros trades in, sells for £12 on both CEX and eBay, and trades in for a £4 voucher. So that one I'm probably going to sell on eBay, just because obviously we'll make more than a £5 on that one. But the 2 Super Mario Bros, once again we paid £5 each for those. They sell for £18 at CEX, £20 on eBay, and trade in for a £12 voucher. So it's £24 just in those 2 games, which is really good. Then moving on to the bits that we don't have. So before we get into the other NES games, there was a Mega Drive game that I actually picked up as well, and that was James Pond 3. So yeah, anytime I see these ones, I always pick them up. We've got James Pond 2 complete in box. I don't think I've got the original James Pond on the Mega Drive at the moment, but there is one that I've got my eye out for. But yeah, I remember seeing people play them when I was younger, but never had the opportunity to actually have them in the collection. So yeah, really glad that I'm able to get them now. And yeah, when I saw that she had this there, immediately picked it up. So we paid £5 for that. Goes for £10 at CEX, £15 on eBay. And then the last couple of bits we've got are all sort of Nintendo related. So we'll get into, I'll tell you what, we'll get into this one first. This is a accessory, and this is the Universal Adapter Pro for the Super Nintendo. So what this allows you to do is to basically make the Super Nintendo multi-region. So what you do is you'll put a power cart on the back, and then you'll plug in your Super Famicom game, or your American sort of NTSC game into the top, and it will allow you to play them on the PAL Super Nintendo. So for that one, paid £5 for that. Looking it up online, it sells for about £10. I will admit, when I first picked it up, I actually thought it was the Mega Drive one, but it was only once I got home, looked at it, and I was like, no, that's Super Nintendo. What am I talking about? It should have been a bit of a giveaway with just the colour of it, but yeah, I didn't clock it at the time. But to be honest, I have got an adapter for the Super Nintendo, but that one's slightly different. So yeah, I'll probably just keep both anyway. Alright, so getting into the last couple of NES games. So the first one that we've got is Life Force Salamander, and this is a side-scrolling shooter. Yeah, this was a really interesting one to play. It's one that I don't think I'd actually heard of it before picking it up, but since picking it up, I've seen it mentioned a couple of times. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Definitely one, to be quite honest, getting a retro side-scrolling shooter is something that I'll quite happily do all day, every day. So for this one, we paid £5 for it. Goes for £20 at CEX, £25 on eBay. Then next up, we have got Rainbow Island. So this is what is it? Rainbow Island, and this is the sequel to Bobble Bobble. So this is Bobble Bobble 2. And yeah, once again, this was another one that I had seen loads of times, but it was only actually once I got home and sort of put it in to play it for the footage that I realised what it was. And yeah, obviously the idea is to sort of work your way up the level using sort of rainbow bridges. Yeah, really enjoyed playing this. So yeah, really glad to have this. And yeah, I am getting to the point where I'm starting to sort of have to really think about my Super Nintendo, or my Nintendo shelf, because I've got my Super Nintendo games there, And I've gotten the NES games sort of all around now. And I think it's definitely at the point where they need to have their own shelf. So, yeah, definitely. I've said it a couple of times in recent videos, but definitely going to be a big update to the games room coming soon, I think. So for Rainbow Island, paid £5 for it. Goes for £20 at CEX, £30 on eBay. And then the final pickup, and this was one I was absolutely over the moon with, because it's one that's been on my wish list for absolutely ages. And this is based off of a kids TV show that I was obsessed with during the 90s. And that is Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I absolutely love this series, even now. I still watch the cartoons. I love the theme tune. I even enjoyed the live action abomination that they made. Was it a couple of years ago? But yeah, absolutely love this series. And this is a game that has been on my wish list for a while. I hadn't ever pulled the trigger on it because I was looking for a complete in-box version at the time, but obviously recently we turned around and we said no, we're not doing complete in-box. I am more than happy to just get cart only for the NES. So yeah, when I saw this there, I was over the moon to get it. So we paid £5 for that. Goes for £10 at CEX, £15 on eBay. So it's actually the cheaper out of the games that we picked up, but for me it is the best game out of the ones that we picked up. And that is going to be it for today. So yeah, we've had sort of 2 trips, 2 lots of amazing pickups, and yeah, really happy with the games that we managed to add today. So before we wrap up, let's quickly run through the totals. So our total spend today was £116 and 45p. If we'd bought everything that we could from CEX, we would have paid a total of £266. And if we got everything from eBay, it would have been £414 and 50p. So yeah, really good deals on those. But in addition to that, we also ended up with a £59 CEX voucher. So those were 20. I don't know how we've got £59. Oh, the Marios, that was it. I'm like, how did we get to 59? I know we got those 2. Where's the other bit? It's getting late. So with that, I am going to wrap the video up there. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. Really hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.